Today is session number 163, and today's topic is karmic accounts, most challenging aspects to settle in life. And date is today is 15 July 2023. So I can, all of you who joined right now, next, just last minute, you are welcome. So I just started our session. And today's topic we selected as a karmic accounts, most challenging aspects to settle in life. It is for particularly we have chosen this topic for we have many new members, and there is a lot of questions regarding the aspects of karma, how it affects our life, and what is the way forward. And we have already discussed earlier. It is not a new topic in the group, but for the new members, so it is better to revisit. And also another way also it is important for all our other members that we realize the multiple facets of the karmic thing that affects our life, different ways it affects. So it is not a very, black and white kind of understanding. So it is better to reassess our own understanding of the karmic accounts, and our own understanding of the repercussions and how to control, and if we have made any effort, then how much it has been successful, if not, why not, and all those things. So in that respect also, so I consider it will be a topic for we should discuss in this forum time to time. In the gap of few months, we will address this. And meanwhile, I'm just saying that for particularly for the new members, you just feel free to ask any question. Yeah? So it is this at the this learning session is interactive, and it is proper to clarify any doubts you may have. It is not like a lecture, classroom lecture sort of thing. Of course, I select some topic and explain the background and give some narrative, but that is for the just to have the understanding, the basis for further discussions. Okay, so it is just feel free to ask any questions if you have. For particularly the Saturday sessions are for that. Awareness and understanding both are equally important. So we to understand and the logic behind it. Everything there is a logic. It may not be the same logic what we normally consider in our day-to-day life, or what we have been educated on, or we have been learned from the society, etc. It is something else. So that's why most of the time we don't understand. We think that it is illogical, but there is a logic, but a different type of logic. So this is the forum we can understand those kind of logics. And then, knowing a problem is half solved. So if we have facing any karmic problem, then we can address it. So that is the purpose of this, selecting this topic today. All right. So now let me go to the topics. What is what are karmic accounts? Okay. The first thing we want to discuss. See, karmic thing accounts are basically. Normally it can be explained in many ways, 10 or 20 different ways it can be explained. What is what is the law of karma, and how what is the karmic account, etc. So but I prefer to go back to the origin of how it is developed, and spiritual understanding, not that normal understanding that okay, whatever you do there, everything has every action has equal and opposite reaction. But it is true. But before we come to that, so I prefer to give the understanding from the source, like from where it originated, the karmic accounts, the system itself, where it is originated. So from that I will start, then we'll come to how it applies in our individual level, then when it is applied, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now the thing is, when we our soul, before we take birth, it has been given a soul's plan. So something we need to experience in our lives, that is called soul's plan, and it will be played out as per the plan, not what will happen, but the like a meeting with someone or visiting some place or doing some activity like a profession or some level of education. These are the kind of things that decided by our soul before we take birth. What will be our intelligence level, what will be our economic background or family background, all those things have been pre-decided at soul level. Nobody else but we ourselves, our own soul, we decide that, because the reason is we wanted to experience life, different type of experience. In soul level, there is nothing called good and bad, there is no duality. Okay, so it is important to understand that. So don't assume that soul, whatever decides for us to experience, all will be good experience, and as per our standard, may not be. Soul may like to experience different types of things, maybe grief, maybe loss, and this also is quite possible as per soul's plan. Okay, or maybe to overcome some obstacle or challenges. So challenges will come. We need to just overcome. We have to find out way to how to overcome it. So it is soul's plan is not that all fine, nice, and nothing else to do. Everything is fine and happy. It's not that. Okay. So anyway, what I'm saying is, so before we take birth, everything is decided by our soul. What type of life we will lead, type of life, and not the events in the life. What type of, to whom we will meet, which, of course, who will be our parents, where we'll take birth, what will be our economic condition, what will be the family background, which country, which state, which caste, which religion. Everything has been pre-decided before we take birth. Now, the purpose is so that we can have maximum number of experience in a single life. So that's how it chooses it. The type of life, type of location, type of background, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, what happens is that, as I mentioned, all of us, we have taken minimum 700 human lives already. So originally, soul had a plan. So in different lifetimes, it will experience different things. So maybe 50 or 100 or first 200 lives, maybe it was on that. Like we want to experience life. So different time, different place, different country, different era of society norms, etc. We take birth into that and experience that life, and then move on to the next life. But the issue is, we also, once we have taken birth, we have been, as per the soul contract, we have the soul's contract. Once we taken birth, we have a free will. Free will means we need to, three things we can do that we don't have to follow anybody. Thoughts, words, and actions. What I'm going to, think right now, what I'm going to say right now, what I'm going to do right now. These three things are fully under my control. Like I can do anything. Like somebody, saying that, but I cannot say anything right now because, say, suppose in this forum you are talking, and how can I say things right now? Yeah, that's true. You cannot say because you have chosen not to say. Nobody can stop it. If you really say something, nobody can stop it. Okay, but it doesn't look nice, and also because of so many other considerations, you are not saying something. That's a different issue. Or you're following maybe some instruction. That's a different issue. It's your choice. But if you say something, if you think something, or if you do something, nobody can come in between. You can be free to do right now in this moment. Okay, so as we have a free will, so what happens is that other than whatever is already planned for us in this lifetime by soul's plan, because of free will, we can deviate. Okay, let me put it in this way. So, suppose you have some journey plan. You have to visit some places, and you drive so and so places. You have a right plan, and maybe you put your, like a GPS system and say with a map, and map is showing some path. So that is your plan, journey plan. You will go as per the whatever showing in the GPS map. So now, in between, suddenly you decided, okay, that side looks something there, looks to be a good locality. Let me, take my car out of this highway and go to that particular locality. Maybe you will go and have a cup of tea there somewhere, some restaurant, and come back or something like that. So you have chosen to deviate that path, and you have gone to somewhere. So now what happens is, as you have a free will and you can deviate, nobody can stop you. Yeah. So now in that case, what happens is, by your free will, you have changed the path, which was not there in the original plan or original map or whatever you call it. So if you have to continue the journey, you have to come back to the highway and continue your journey. Otherwise, you already deviated from there. So what will happen? It may, if you come back also, what will happen? It can take more time, like a detour, or if you don't like to come back and stop your journey altogether, then journey will be shifted for some other time, not today. Okay. Same thing happens with the soul's plan. If you deviate from the plan, nobody can stop you. You have a free will. You are fully empowered to take any decision you may like to do. But it is because you have deviated, you need to come back to the original path and complete it. So now, as you deviated, you have to come equal and opposite distance to come back to the highway. Okay. So this deviation in our soul's plan in our life is called karma, which is not there in the original plan, but because of our free will, we deviated. It can be any direction. Suppose in the highway we go left or right, doesn't matter. You deviated from the plan. So it has to, if you go to the left, you have to again come back right to come to the same track. Or if you have originally gone to the right, you have to come to the left track to come back to the highway. So this is the understanding of how karma works, how karma developed. So in a journey, how many deviations you will take, it's up to you again. You can take nothing or you can take 100. Nobody is there to stop you to take the deviations. It will delay the journey, yes, but nobody is there to stop you. So any number of deviations you can take, because you have a free will. Same here happens in when we are incarnated. We forget at the soul level, whatever we decided, because that's how it is. To have the experience, you should not know the whole story and exactly the plan, because it will ruin the experience. Yeah. So once it is, you have taken birth, you are running your life, then you have a free will, and in the free will you take something. If you deviate, maybe in the free will you decided to continue the journey. That's good. That means it is fully aligned with your soul's plan. No karma will be developed because it's fully aligned. But if you choose to deviate, which is not as per the original plan, then it will develop some deviation. That is karma. So energetically, it is like an energy balance. Like if you deviate, you have to come back to that one. Like normally, also I give the example of a pendulum. Going to your soul's path is like the pendulum is in a neutralized position. Like it's just hanging free. There's no movement, nothing. It is standstill in the middle. Yeah. But if you shift the pendulum bob in one side, then it has to go equal and opposite to other side and then come to neutral after making few swings. Maybe that's okay. Just theoretically assume that it will just come and come back. So to the original thing. So it has to go to equal and opposite and come back. This happens because it will come to the most energy neutral position in the life. Same thing happens when you settle your karma. Then you come back to the neutral position about on your soul's path. You come back to the plan, so the next plan will reveal to you, soul's plan will be revealed to you. If you don't come back, or if you don't take that equal and opposite thing, then equal opposite journey, then you will never come back to that your original path or original plan. You are deviated. Maybe the day is over, so you have to go home. You cannot finish the journey. So again, you come back, maybe some other time you attempt that. So that's how it works in the life also. So basically, the understanding of karma is because of our free will. When we deviate from our soul's path in any direction, any deviation, equal and opposite thing has to happen to come back into our soul's plan. Soul's plan need to happen. Only matter is if we take up so many other things, paraphernalia or so many other, free will we apply many cases, it can delay the soul's, whatever the experience we had to happen, have to have for as per our soul's plan. If it doesn't happen, our lifetime is limited, there is a time is limited. So if the death comes, it is shifted to the next life to have those kind of agenda to go there. Like if that same day you cannot reach to that destination, you may plan it another day to go there. Yeah. So that's how the life works. So this understanding is important to understand what is happening with this karma. So what is karmic account? The number of deviations we took in any lifetime. So think of a scenario. We have a free will, and every moment we can take any kind of deviations, right? So now in one lifetime, there can be hundreds of deviations we might have taken. And all those non-settled means we didn't come back. The equal and opposite thing didn't happen. It will come back, and then it will have all those are kept into the account. Means those accounts are open. It needs to be closed. Some of the things may be closed. Some of the things automatically getting closed immediately. Like, as for example, suppose there is a fire is there, and you put your finger will get burned. The cause and effect is immediate. But some cases, the cause and effect are not immediate. Sometimes it is maybe years in between. It is to understand these things, like you planted a seed. To get a fruit of that seed, it will grow up, it sprout, grow up as a tree, and then tree branches, and it will bear fruit, and that fruit you will receive. So it may take years to get the fruit. Okay, so the cause, what you have done, what you planted, and what is the outcome, it may take years in between. Because of the time factor, we get confused. Sometimes we have done something, we have forgotten, and all those things. When it start giving fruit, then we realize, oh my goodness, why this has happened, and because it is you only who planted it. And more, sometimes what happens is, it may be, as I explained earlier, maybe it is planted in another lifetime, but energies remain imbalanced. Those karmic accounts will be transferred to your next life and so on till it closes, because it is energy imbalance. It cannot be kept imbalanced for long without forcing it. Like a pendulum example, if you hold one particular bob with a force, then only it will stay there. But if you release it, it will go equal and opposite. Okay, same thing happens into our all karmic accounts. So you can imagine that if one lifetime can get hundreds of karma, then all of us, we have minimum 700 lifetimes, human lifetimes, earlier an animal, etc. So maybe you have the millions of karma already there in the accounts are open, which is not settled. So those are there. So those are called karmic account, or as number is huge, is called karmic burden. And whenever it gives result, then we started feeling the effect. Suddenly nothing, you're seeing that nothing is working, and you are facing a very bad time, all those suffering a lot. That means that particular seed which is planted maybe long back, or maybe in the earlier lives, has started giving fruit. And you have to undergo that experience of that fruit, whether you like it or not. You don't have choice. It will happen. Why it will happen? Because of the energy need to balance. It is not, nobody is rewarding you, nobody is punishing you. Energy is balancing itself. That's all, you know. So now let us go to understand. Let me see what is the next question. So what are karmic accounts? I just explained how karmic accounts are opened by whom. That again, it is part of the same explanation. It is by us only, our free will, the incarnation. We only opened our account, knowingly or unknowingly. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It was then it is next is how many karmic accounts a normal person has? Millions. That's just like just what I said just now. We can have millions of karma. So then why we need to face the impacts of karma even we don't, there is spelling mistake, not even we do not know when and how they created. Yeah, you may not know because you don't have past life memories. Something might have happened in the past life or your childhood or earlier stages of your life. You have forgotten. It's quite normal. It's possible. But that doesn't mean that plant was not, the seed was not planted. Yeah. So even if it is planted, it will bear it fruit. If it is a good seed, delicious fruit, it will give delicious. You can taste, enjoy the fruit. But if you have a poisonous fruit, the effect of poison you have to withstand. You have to face. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, now let us understand now, and this is the background, just for your general understanding. Let me now be specific. How many types of karmas are there? Yeah. Mainly, there are 3 types of karma category. There are a lot of subcategories. Maybe 50, 60 subcategories. But I'm not going into that detail. It's not important. It's not a we are not going to have a PhD of law of karma. We are just trying to understand so that we can deal with it and then impact, and the solution I'll come there after this. Okay, so one is called Kriyaman karma. Kriyaman karma means what we are doing now is creating karma. It will give its result later. That Kriyaman means right now, whatever we are doing, what means 3 things. Whatever we are doing, thoughts, words, and actions. Whatever we are doing, whatever we are saying, and whatever we are thinking, those 3 we are creating karma. Because it is doing out of free will, and if not aligned with our soul's plan, we are generating karma. So that is called Kriyaman karma. So if we disturb anything, if we don't disturb anything, we are following the soul's path. There's nothing wrong. But if we change something, we have to equal and opposite thing has to happen, and then it will be applied in our life. So Kriyaman karma means what we are doing now is creating karma, and it will give results later. How much later depends. It can be after a few minutes, few days, few weeks, few months, few years, or maybe next lifetime. Okay, time, the higher dimension, there is no time. And here also, the time cannot be specified. Some of them by nature is instantaneous, as I explained, putting hand in the fire, etc. And some of them like planting a seed and getting the fruit, and it depends upon the type of the tree. Not every tree takes same amount of time to bear the fruit from after the seed is planted. Okay, same here. Okay, just for understanding it, that I'm explaining this with this analogy. Okay, now the one type is Kriyaman karma, which is whatever we are doing now out of our free will, we are creating karma. May or may not be creating karma, but if we create karma, that is called Kriyaman karma. Second one is we have done something in the past or past lives, but the results have not received. Like the reverse direction, it has not come. Those are called Sanchita karma, the stored ones. Stored ones means we have done something but not settled. It is there. Suman is saying that we have the PDF later on. No, you will not have PDF. You will have the recording of whatever is there that will be posted. So there'll be no PDF on this particular topic. So that's why it is important for you to, you can ask questions, you can hear and get your understanding clear, not keep something in the, what is called, big literature and put it safe somewhere. Okay. So this is that. You are encouraged to, if you have any question, you ask your questions, and you will have the recording of this. But there will be no PDF, no writing or available for this. Yeah. All right. So, by the way, I do take some workshops. During workshop, I present some slide and give some notes. That is a different. Yeah. But in this is the learning sessions. There will be no PDF or text material or course material sort of thing. There will be nothing. Okay. All right. So now the second type is called Sanchita Karma, means which are stored, somewhere. And it will give its results when the time comes, when the time is ripe or it is appropriate time, then it will give its effect. So Sanchita Karma means those are the ones which are not given the fruit. Those karmas are stored in the form, the energy capsule, or it is also known as karma bij. Okay, stored in the karma bij capsule form. So those karma bij are there, and as I mentioned, we can have millions of karma bij already based on our past lives, whatever things we had got the karma, and those are not given results yet, so those can be stored there. So it is also, Prem Nirmalji, my Guruji said that he gives a very good analogy. He said, we have like, the bori. Bori means the bag, like a big bag where they give the cement and other things, no? So we have a bori bhar bhar ke seeds, like so many are there. Seeds, and those boris are kept in the godowns, like Food Corporation of India or that kind of godown. We have the full of those kind of bori or that sack or big bags. And not only one, we have multiple godowns. So that many of karma bij we already have. Yeah? And then, okay, the third one, as first we said the Kriyaman karma, whatever we are doing now, it can give results later. Second one is the Sanchita karma, what we have done in the past or earlier lives, those are stored, not given the results yet. And those are stored in the karma bij form, capsule form. Third one is called Prarabdha Karma. Prarabdha Karma means from the storage, it has got downloaded and started giving its effect. That's called Prarabdha Karma, like what is downloaded, or from the capsule, it is already, or if it is seed, it is already in the ground and grown up a tree and started giving its fruit. Yeah. So those are called Prarabdha Karma. So these three are the major category of the karmas. And so far as this neutralization is concerned, so the way to neutralize the karma is to roast the karma bij in meditative fire. We sit in Chin Mudra. We normally sit in Chin Mudra. No? Chin Mudra is for fire, like thumb. Thumb is for fire and pointing finger is for air. Thumb, fire, if you add air, this ignites the meditative fire. In the meditative fire, the karma bij get roasted and it cannot sprout. So the primary technique of to address the Sanchita karma, what is stored in the karma bij form, is to roast them with Dhyan Agni, meditative fire. If you roast them in the meditative fire, you take any seed and you roast it in a, say, maybe, one pot and put sand there and put heated up sand and put those grains there. If you roast those grains, the grains will not, even if you put it in water, it will not sprout. They are roasted and it lost its capacity to grow. So that is the fundamentally, that is the thing to address the karma bij, to roast them in meditative fire. That's why any master, any spiritual, guide or guru will tell you, you meditate, meditate, and meditate. Yes, it takes a lot of time. Initially, it takes a lot of effort, even to sit down quietly for 10 minutes. Forget about meditating for hours. But why, that the spiritual gurus and masters and all, they are not encouraging, suggesting, advising strongly, you must meditate as much as you can, daily, and maybe multiple times in a day, as much as you can. Why? They are not fools that they will keep you sit down and don't do your normal work for so many hours in a day. The reason is that you have so much of karmic burden. As I said, the millions of karmic account. Then you need to, lesson that you need to come down to a level where you are not burdened with so many of debt, karmic debt. And the technique to reduce that is through meditation, meditative fire. I'm just explained that it has to be roasted. So more you meditate, more the karma wij get roasted, and then your karmic burden, it comes down, and it makes you free from those karmic, effects. What you maybe consciously know or you maybe don't know. Okay, that doesn't matter whether you know or don't know. Effect will still be there. Many people are, I have seen, and I'm sure you must have also come across. So they are smart. They say, I don't believe in law of karma. Okay. So that's okay. But that does not mean you can believe anything. You have free will. But that does not mean the law of karma will not apply to you. So it is like, suppose, I can say I don't believe in law of gravity, and I go to 10-story building and jump from there or a window. I will surely fall on the ground and die. Whether I believe in law of gravity or not doesn't matter. It will still be applicable. So better not to be smart and try to play with law of karma. People do that mistake. Of course, everybody has a right to, have their own experiments and all those things. And some people even have some foolish ideas about this law of karma, and so they think that if I say sorry and everything will go, or if I take a dip in the Ganges, all the karma will go. I'm just telling you, those are all nonsense. Okay, the technique is to roast it in meditative fire. Okay, that is the technique. Other techniques are possible, but other techniques needs you to vibrate at the higher level. There are many techniques. So without that, without addressing your vibration, PVF or cellular vibrancy, all those techniques are useless. Okay, yes, for some kind of deleting karma, you need to take some dip in the water. It is needed. But for that, there are other conditions needed. You need to vibrate high. You need to get connected or maybe guided by some master to do it. Okay, not that you go and dip something and karma will vanish on its own. It will never happen like that. It's a foolish idea. Okay, anyway, but there are techniques. You take dip in the water, river or sea, and there can be done, but not like that. Not just taking anything. Nothing will happen. Anyway, same here. Other techniques, what you find out, so-called shortcut, or in Hindi they call patli gali. That will not work. Better not to. Many people have tried and failed, or maybe they have got some kind of self satisfaction that I have addressed my karma, and I'm not getting affected by it. So it will reveal itself. Okay. So means better not to play with it. Means these kind of aspects. When we say that karma will not be applicable to me, you are self-conning yourself. I call it self-conning. I am cheating myself. Better to address it. rather than playing smart with it. Because this law is such a law, it will definitely apply. Even so, the wise ones, they go to the level, they say that if somebody has done bad thing to you, don't do anything. Their karma will take part in it. But if you say something, if you do something, because he or she has done something to you, no? But in in retaliation, if you say something, do something, you will also bind karma. Okay, so that is there because it was not there in your soul's plan. So you will also bind karma. Why to unnecessarily pick up karma? That law will definitely apply. Only a matter of time. That can create an illusion. Then nothing. It looks like nothing is happening, but it will do happen. Okay, Neetu is asking, how do we come to know whether our karmas? Neetu, I suggest there will be some question answer session. Hold your question. Okay, so you ask when it will be there in some. After I finish that normal, this explanation, then I will ask you if you have any question. That time you please ask. You can start your video and then you ask the question. I will answer that time. Okay. So, all right. So now, what will happen is those karma. So first one, neutralization is to roast our karmas in the meditative fire. Okay. So that is the first thing, and that's why that is a primary reason all masters are telling you to meditate, meditate, and meditate. The whole purpose of Dhyan Yoga, meditation, is this: to keep you relieved from your karmic burden so that you can be freer to walk the path on your spiritual journey. Our path towards our to be aligned with our soul consciousness is, we cannot do that if we are heavily burdened with karma. So that is why it is recommended to do that with the meditation, to reduce that, and then so that we can be free and walk our path towards enlightenment. And this enlightenment is the process when all karmic accounts are closed. I will come at the end of that. That's the one point there at the end of the session. I mean, the last question was on that, so I will come to that. Okay. So this is about the sanchita karma, when that to reduce or neutralize karma is meditation. By meditative fire, you are neutralizing the karma seeds of karma, and that's a sure technique. That's to reduce the karma. More you meditate, more and more seeds will be roasted, and you will get relieved, more and more lighter, and you can walk the path higher and higher. So this is about the sanchita karma. Okay, what is stored. Now, kriyaman karma, what you are doing now is creating karma. Okay, like whatever you're doing now, if this energy is disbalanced, it is creating karma. That is kriyaman karma. The neutralization method of kriyaman karma is awareness. You have to simply be aware that if I do this, I will create karma. As I mentioned, no amount of smartness or no amount of techniques or shortcuts and will apply. You are just conning yourself, fooling yourself. Just this will not generate any karma. Definitely it will. Okay. So only exception is if you do something without hampering the energy equation or the energy balance, then no karma will be generated. Like, you will take some action and without disbalancing any energetically, like you are doing it all on your own, something you are enjoying life, but you are not disturbing the energy balance. This particular principle we have adopted as a policy of when we recommend how we lead our life. You might have already noticed, I always mention, then we have full right to enjoy our life. Not enjoying of a life is not, the way to keep away from the karma. No, rather, Divine wants us to enjoy life fully. Yeah. Only thing is, as I mentioned, it can create karma. Only thing is the condition I apply, just two simple things to follow. One is no harm to anyone, no harm to anything. So we enjoy life without any harm to anything and no harm to anyone. If we follow these two, then you are fine. You do anything, you enjoy your life. Suppose you like to eat some food, you enjoy the food. You like to travel, you travel. But if it is at the cost of something or someone, then you are binding karma there. So if you are aware that this will bind karma, that awareness itself will not make it happen. The karma will not be generated. How this can apply? Let me give some analogy to understand that. Suppose a child has put his finger into electric plug socket, the hole, no, that connectors were there, socket is there, and get electric shock. The child doesn't know there is electricity, and but still it doesn't matter. Child will also get shock, no matter. There is not an excuse that he doesn't know what electricity is. It has got a cause and effect will be applicable. But you are not. The child got a shock, but you are not. Okay, you are not putting your fingers into that. So what is saving you here to get a shock is simply the awareness that that particular socket has electricity. If I touch it, I will get a shock. I will not touch it. This is awareness, and that awareness saves you of getting shock. Same thing applicable by crossing a road. While crossing a road, you see left and right, see any vehicle is coming or not coming, and if you are aware that how many vehicles are there, what is their speed and all, it is safe to cross the road. Only then you cross the road. Walking, say. So, which is stopping you to get into an accident? Simply awareness. You are aware of all the traffic on the road, and then you know your capacity, how fast you can walk, and how long, how far is the other side of the road, and then appropriate time you cross it. So simply the awareness stops you to getting hit by a car. Same here. Any Kriyaman karma is just awareness is needed so that you don't build any new karma. You enjoy your life, but we are not without disturbing anything. All the spiritual masters, they are in all the time, 24/7, they are in awareness. That's why they don't bind any karma. Okay? So, and it is possible for anyone to go to that level where you are not building up any new karma. So there is nothing to settle, nothing is created. Okay? Now let us come to the most tricky one, which is prarabdha karma. In the prarabdha karma, it is like from the sanchita, it is already downloaded. Like it is called that from a mountain, a rock has started rolling. If the rock is static, it is still possible to hold the rock. But if the rock is rotating with a very high speed coming down of the mountain, it is very difficult to stop it. Okay? Earlier, hundreds of years, this is the normal, thing has been told, and it is also in that scriptures. If you have the prarabdha karma, you cannot do anything. So, but it was true to that extent, but now in Babaji's grace, Mahabatar Babaji, he has gifted us the Kriya Yoga. Okay, Kriya Yoga is a technique where you can even neutralize the prarabdha karma. Okay, what has started rolling, you can do that. How? Let us understand scientifically. What happens is all the karma beej, they are stored in our Karan Deha. Karan Deha is fifth body. We have a 7-body system. So, and from the fifth body, it gets downloaded to, then the fourth knowledge body, then emotional third, then pranic body, the energy body, then to physical body. Okay. From the energy side, it downloads. When it enters the physical body, it enters through Shushumna Nadi, where the chakras are present. From the energy, it gets into that, And when it is downloaded, it attacks our intellect. So the karma beach has downloaded energy from the energy level, then come to the physical level, then it captures the intellect. Then we ourselves only will behave like that or do some mistakes unknowingly, maybe, and invite trouble. We ourselves, nobody else is there. We will behave, or we will miss something, or we'll, by influence of our intellect, will say something or do something that will attract trouble for me. Okay. So that's how we fall into the, big trouble into this. All started with all that which is downloaded from the Karan. The Karan means cause, causal body, cause of everything, where the karmas are stored. Karma beach are stored there in a higher body. As it is fifth body, that's why it transferred to the next life, because in our normal life, only first two bodies are get dissolved, and again with the rebirth it comes back. Anyway, those are 7 body system. I explained into the workshops. Those are new, may not be understanding fully, but it's okay. Just understand this much. It is coming from the higher body to our physical body through our Shushumna Nadi. Okay, the main, the channel of the energy where our chakras are. What Kriya Yoga does is, if we practice Kriya Yoga every day or daily, then every time it flushes with energy, like it cleans the Shushumna Nadi, all chakras are activated, and you are doing Kriya. So whatever from Karan Deha, that Prarabdha karma getting trip into our physical dimension or through Shushumna Nadi, if the Shushumna Nadi is flushed off daily with Kriya, and it raises our vibration, and the whole Shushumna Nadi, all chakras are in Shushumna Nadi, that gets cleaned, the effect of those karmas cannot take place. Okay, it is like cleaning a drain every day. There is no clogging, no distribution, no overflowing, nothing. Okay, it's perfectly cleaned. So if you can clean your Shushumna Nadi daily, effect of Prarabdha karma will not happen. Okay, so this is also the beauty of the Kriya Yoga, what we have learned from the Babaji. Okay. But finally, whatever the techniques, let me also tell you, whatever the techniques we apply, it's so many millions, it is not possible to neutralize all the karma, no matter what method you use. Yeah. But saying so, that it is mandatory, before enlightenment, all karmic accounts need to close. Otherwise, you cannot be liberated. So final liberation, which is called enlightenment, that means nobody can enlighten in any lifetime, because whatever be the lifetime, there are millions to sort it out and meditate. Maybe also whole day and night you meditate. You can few hundreds or maybe few thousands of karma bij you dissolved, but that is not good enough to clear everything. So how to solve this riddle then? What happens is, if you again play smart, he said, it will never happen. So many millions. If I do meditate also whole day, night, nothing will happen. So why to bother? It will not possible. Playing smart. Basically, you don't want to do this. You don't want to meditate. Now listen this part very carefully. If you are serious, and if you say, okay, no matter, I understood that through meditation I have to roast that karma bij. No, that's what I learned from the guides or gurus. They told me, at least in this life, let me start it. Okay, it millions, it may not finish in this lifetime. Let me start that, and let me give my 100% effort to do that. If you do that, if you choose to do that out of your free will, and you start doing that, then at divine moment, divine grace will happen. That is called Guru Kripa. Okay? Divine grace will happen. They will lift all the karma at one go. Finish. It is not out of your effort. It is the divine who lifts it. Like you walk one step, the divine comes down 99 steps and lift up these things, and that thing is called the Guru Kripa. It comes from the Guru Mandala, or it comes from Babaji. In my case, it's from Babaji. And they lift it, and suddenly you get liberated, no karma balance, and then you get enlightened instantly. Whoever has enlightened, they enlighten only through this method. There cannot be anything else. Without Guru Kripa, enlightenment not possible. Enlightenment happens, you don't achieve it. So this is the final thing that is a permanently it has been, you are liberated from all these aspects of that. So I think our link will expire soon. In the second link, we'll go into the question answer. So that concludes this session, our karmic accounts, and this is the most challenging aspect to settle in this life. So that closes here, and I'll post the link again into the group. Please join into the second half of the discussion. No more discussion. We'll have question answer session followed by we have the Kriya and meditation. All right. Okay. So see you all into the next, the next session, starting with the question answer. I'll post a new link into the group. So please click and join that. Okay. Om Mangalam. Let me allow everybody in. So give me a minute or two, then we'll start our question answer session. And you can raise your hand into here. I can already see one hand by Suman. I will come back to you, Suman. Keep your question ready. Okay, I think almost all have joined. All right. So Suman, you raised your hand. So just go ahead and ask your question.
गुरुजी, I have a question.
Yeah.
जैसे दिमाग में ना कंफ्यूजन बहुत रहता है। एक तो रहता है ना कि मुझे मनी के एरिया में हमेशा चैलेंजेस रहा, तो ऐसा लगता है ना कि आई नीड मनी फर्स्ट टू फुलफिल ऑल माय डिजायर्स। तो कभी लगता है कि नहीं, छोड़ो ये सब में नहीं उलझना है, आई हैव टू गो ऑन द स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी। तो ये जो कंफ्यूजन है, मैं इसको कैसे मतलब सही करूँ?
Um, so if your question is about that we have some facing some challenges in life and how to make it correct, and particularly the financial area, that's what you are asking.
फाइनेंशियल एरिया में तो जो है सर, लेकिन एक ये होता है ना सर, मैं ना वो उसमें ज्यादा फोकस करूँ या स्पिरिचुअल में फोकस करूँ, मैं हमेशा इस चीज में कंफ्यूज रहती
Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, so see, first of all, when we start the spiritual journey goal is to establish. I'm just going to the basics so that you can understand. Then I will answer your question. Okay. First, let us understand the purpose of spirituality is to connect with our own soul, and because our soul knows everything, including our future and why something is happening, why not happening, what is the plan for us, and if something happened wrong, why it is happened wrong, what we need to go, which direction we have to go, everything our soul knows. So nobody can be our better guide to us rather than our own soul. That's why it's called inner guru. Establishing connection with our inner guru, consciousness, is the purpose of our spiritual journey. Why we need to do that? Because soul knows everything. We can get a guidance and then we can plan our life accordingly. So that is the purpose. Now, on the other hand, even the external life, we can have a limited amount of information, and we cannot have all the information available. We don't know everything, and that, like, it is, we are walking our life in the dark night. There is no light, or maybe maximum a little torch light. We are just trying to focus what is in front of us and trying to walk. That does not guarantee you that it will be, you will not get into, stumble into anything, any small rock, or fall into a small pit or something like that. So it doesn't guarantee you. So that's why you are facing a lot of difficulty in walking the path, because our vision is very narrow. We just see something immediate in front of us. We don't have the full background of it. So that's why it is important to get into the soul level awareness. It is like a daylight. You see everything, then you choose the path when you want to go. If there is a block, you can see the block much, much ahead of time, so that you can go to some other way to, just not to hit the deadlock into there in your life. So that is the primary reason for that. So what you will choose, what path you will choose, you have a free will, you can choose anything, nobody stops you. But primary reason that we go for spirituality, even to address all your life's problems, is to establish contact, two-way communication with your soul. So more you delay the spiritual journey, that means you are delaying this contact. It is there but not communicatable with you. So this choice you have to make, whether you have to wait for some more time, or you can start now, it will end sometime. It doesn't, there is no guarantee. Many sometimes it can happen in weeks, sometimes months, sometimes maybe years, but you have to take your free will to take the call to walk that path, to establish contact with your own soul consciousness, so that everything is clear to you. Otherwise, you go on experimenting with your life. Many are doing it, so that maybe many are doing, maybe sometimes they are successful, but one time comes that the same technique, it worked for 10 times, the 11th time it didn't work. Okay. Then that time they can realize how much powerless they are. And ultimately they choose to walk the spiritual path. But there's nothing wrong in just trying something and getting into that more and more things there. Even some says that even if we don't choose it, it will happen. The life will actually force us to go there. Some point of time. After a huge thing, huge, big loss or big something happened, we then start thinking, why it has happened to me, and start searching meaning for life. Then they come back to understand it. I'm not saying that all problems of your life will be solved. What I'm saying, you will be develop the awareness that why it is happening. Okay, and that awareness itself will take the pain out of it. You will not be seeing your life as a victim. You'll be seeing that you are walking the path with your full choice and consciousness. You're walking the path, you're having many experiences. That's all fine. Like a path, no path is straight line, no? It's ups and downs are there. You take that as a ups and downs, with life, and then this awareness will take you there. Let me give another also aspects of it. Whatever you call your life, that is not something which is happening outside you. Okay, that is big misconception we have. It is all inside you, how you perceive it. That is your life. Something is happening. If inside you are taking all fine, all good, all normal, your life will be normal and fine. And all the time, if you consider the, oh, it's too tough, why it is happening to me, why I am getting victimized, it is your thinking, your life will be terrible. External situation is same. But both positive and negative will not take you there. Ultimately, when you get detached from it, which spirituality teaches us, to get detached, then no matter what happens, we will be still in equanimity. Equanimity means neither we'll go into the extreme grief and sorrow and the loss, or we'll be too much of proud and high into things something happened good and I'm the best kind of thing. None of that sort. Both of those kind of things as our mind construct. Okay, it's
But
created
right
by
now,
our mind.
sir, I don't have anything, neither too much of happiness, neither too much of grief. I'm in an in between situation, sir.
No, that is good. What I'm saying is that retained that if something goes wrong, you are still there. If it is not there, then we need to learn. Suppose
So
somebody
does it mean
say,
that I have a sign that I connected with you on the Guru Purnima? So it means that I should work on this path.
you walk on the path, that's what I explain it to you. You choose whether you like to get communicated with your own soul consciousness and get a guidance who knows everything about you, including your future. Or if you choose to delay it, it's up to you.
I would like to choose spiritual path,
Yeah,
sir.
then you have to walk the path. You like to climb a mountain, you have to reach to the peak. You have to take that journey, no? Okay, when to start, it is up to you. My advice is you choose any path, it doesn't matter. Okay, all paths are leading to the peak, mountain peak. What is more important is you, whatever it is, your analysis, this thing takes some time to do, decide it. Once you decide it, keep moving. It will take you there. Don't waste time, because I have seen people years together. They're choosing this, choosing that, this part, this method, that guru, other guru is better guru, or that is not good, it's not that. And I don't like this part, that part, wasting time. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Initially, it's understandable that not with everybody will have that kind of harmony. Like doctors. If you go to 5 doctors, maybe one doctor, their treatment method it works good for me. That's fine. You choose it. But next thing you need to do, you finish the course recommended by that doctor. After halfway, don't select maybe that doctor may be good, better than that. You choose the other doctor. You never finish any course. So you give little bit amount of time for your own research, then you choose and work like the horse with this some आंखों में कुछ ये लगाता है ना, the cover. Then walk the path. It will take you to the peak.
How will I know, sir, which path is better for me?
Sorry, say it again. I cannot hear you, your question.
Yeah, how will I know which one is better for me? Which path is better for me?
See, it will be, you cannot miss it because you will feel that it is working for you, not the result. I'm saying the feeling. All of us, we have the instrument inside. We can feel that this is works for me. If we visit that like at 10 different places, out of 10 places, some of the places we may feel there is a some factor in it that I like it more. Okay. So this is knowingness. You will know it. It cannot be put into like some checklist and tick mark and some statistics, or maybe most of the people they do this, that how many other people are following. Yeah. Then what they do, they come down from the exclusivity. All of us are unique. We need to choose our unique path. They leave that and try to follow where the thousands are following. Like the what is called herd of animals. No? They go into that. If you choose that criteria, you will definitely fail because those are not for you, meant for you. There are many are going, but you are seeing many are going, but what are their results? You don't know. Now, let me, share some funny story about it. Somebody called. The people they have pet, no dog. So, one particular one lady decided that to have some pet, get some kind of dog and pet, and she's having 1 or 2 years with the pet because everybody, all most of the his other friends and all, they are having pets, so she also wants to have a pet, and we got one. you know so after 2 years, that not god, dog, some few later changed there. um, the dog started losing hair, that the body hairs are losing. So then she got scared that what happened to, what's wrong, maybe what disease, we don't know. So she asked that other lady, she knew that other one of her friend, their dog also having, she has many dogs, maybe 10 dogs. One of the dog having this issue of losing hair. So she consulted that, that I have, my dog is having this. So your dog also happened this same thing, no? Yes, but what you did? Well, I did that. Somebody told me to put some kind of kerosene oil and some ash, mix it and put it on top of that skin. No, I see. Okay, okay, I see. All right. So then she did the same thing, put some kerosene oil and some dust, I mean, not dust, ash, and put something. Yeah. Within a week, that dog died. Yeah. Then she got, damn scared and called that friend again and said that I did the same thing. My dog died. What the hell? Why these things are dog died? My dog also died. So your dog died? Well, yes. You asked me what I did. I shared you what I did, but you didn't ask me the result. Same thing. This is a story. Same thing most of us are doing. We check what others are doing, but not knowing the results of it. That is a main issue with whoever is walking the spiritual path. It is a path of liberation, not following. We are independent, we are unique, we are energetically sovereign. We have to find our own way, unique way. It cannot be by following something or which guru have maximum followers. It is not about that. Okay. It is about finding our own way to connect with our own soul consciousness. External gurus can only help you to get in touch with it. So you find a way where you can get in touch with your inner guru, just the methods, and that's it. Then you have to walk your own path. Yeah. Okay. You are muted. Unmute. Please unmute.
Sorry, sir. What should I do in the beginning? Only watch your videos, sir. I'm having some difficulties in doing all the mudras and meditation right now.
Having, I cannot hear you properly. Can you say it again?
Uh, I was asking, sir, what should I do in the beginning as I'm a beginner now?
Okay, if you are asking me, because normally I don't give lecture to anyone because everybody has a free will, they are free to do anything. Yeah. But as you are specifically asking, if I am in your position, I will blindly follow whatever I am taught without going any this thought or that thought. Okay. And also our one of our normal habit is keep on checking the how much we have grown and all those things. This is because you are walking your unique path. There'll be no such thing called every milestone you are achieving. Simply walk the path, you will reach for sure the destination. That I'm sure. Don't bother, don't strain your brain in thinking about how much I achieved, how much I have gone and all those things.
No, actually, I was asking, sir, how to do it. Now, I am having some issues with those meditation, mudras. It is taking some time, so it is okay, sir.
What I am saying is these are your ideas that you are not doing well. Okay, whatever, जो कुछ आता है वो करे, बट करे तो सही. Masters are there, they will correct you if it needs to be corrected. Okay, it is not issue about how much correct, whether accurately I'm doing it or not. Question is, are you doing it or not regularly? Are you getting some excuse of not doing it? That excuse needs to go, not the practice.
I got it, sir.
कुछ भी नहीं हुआ तो चुपचाप बैठे, 10 मिनट बैठ जाएं, कुछ नहीं करना है. फॉरगेट अबाउट क्रिया मेडिटेशन बाद में देखी जाएगी, चुपचाप बैठे रहे. आफ्टर फ्यू वीक्स स्लोली यू गेटिंग समथिंग. मेडिटेशन आ जाएगा, सब होगा, इट विल हैपन. सी, लेट मी टेल यू वन थिंग, वी आर ह्यूमन बीइंग, वी आर नॉट ह्यूमन डूइंग. लाखों ने डूइंग में फंस के वो लाइफ बर्बाद किया. जस्ट बी, कुछ नहीं करना है, सिंपली चुपचाप बैठ, यू एक्सपीरियंस योरसेल्फ, दैट्स इट.
Thank you
ठीक
very
है,
much.
उसमें रहे. या गेट इनवर्ड, फोकस को इनवर्ड लेकर आए, बाकी चीज अपने आप होगा. नहीं तो क्या होगा, आप सोचते रह जाएंगे, इनवर्ड तो कभी होगा ही नहीं.
Yeah, I am doing the same thing.
Okay, so just reduce the doing part of it, doing, measuring and all these things. Just be, जितना आता है करें, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, कोई जबरदस्ती नहीं है, जितना आता है उतना करें ना. बट ओनली थिंग इज, जो भी आप यू आर फॉलोइंग योर एक्सपीरियंस ना, उसका एक चीज होता है, दैट लेट मी ऑल्सो टेल यू दैट लगन में अगन होना चाहिए. ओके, इफ यू आर पैशनेट इट विल हैपन. If you're not passionate, you do it 100 times, it will not happen. Okay. थोड़ा सा भी आप जो भी आप कर रहे हैं, जो भी that's what I'm saying. Even if not meditation, you are sitting quietly. If you passionately, or if you meditate, I mean, sitting quietly, na, it will click. ठीक है? Yeah. Just follow that. Start the journey. It is all about experiencing, not understanding. कोई क्लियर पाथ कोई है नहीं, आपको तो अपना अपना पाथ ढूंढना है. आप कल जैसे थे उससे थोड़ा सा आगे जाना है. दैट्स ऑल यू नीड टू डू, वन स्टेप एट ए टाइम.
Wow.
ठीक है,
Thank you.
ऑलराइट,
Thank you very much.
गॉड ब्लेस यू. ओके, एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? ओके, Indranila, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. I have two questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will quickly ask them. I actually have three, but the third one I will keep for next week.
No problem. You can ask, but just ask one at a time so that I can address one, then go to the next.
Okay. Okay. The first question is, there is a saying, there's a school of thought in Bengali actually. I will say it and then I will translate it.
Okay.
That thought is, Karmer phol ei jiboni pawa jay.
Okay.
Which means that the result of your karma will be given in this life.
Right.
So is that correct?
Okay, let me answer that. So, those kind of saying, the background of those kind of saying, the basis of them is not spiritual. Okay, if you are asking spiritual answer to that, those are not spiritual statements. Those are the things have been taught so that you lead a good life, you do a good work. Okay.
Right, right.
Yeah. That's why they said that if you do bad things, bad thing will happen in this life. Means if you don't think that it will be delayed, it will be given to you some part in this life, so that at least knowing that some repercussions will happen, you will automatically control yourself. So this is more like a discipline of self-discipline message rather than a spiritual.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
This is the
So
first one. Yeah.
quickly, the second question is, see, with respect to karma, you mentioned that there are few rules. One is it should not cause any harm or any damage to anybody or to any being. Okay, that is one of the rules. Now, does that include yourself? In the sense, if you're
Yes.
self-inflicting harm.
Very good question. Yes, means your physical body, your
Yeah,
physical entity. Yeah,
yeah.
of course. Anyone means anyone, including you. Okay,
Okay,
and just what I said is how to lead a karma-free life. Then you have to follow no harm to anything or anyone. As you rightly asked the question, including yourself.
yes, yes.
You call this mind, body, intellect package, including that. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Last question, I'll ask it. It's a very broad question. See, basically, meditation, spiritualism, karma, all these, if I'm not mistaken, are deep seated Indian traditions, right? And basically Hindu tradition. Now, it is a different matter worldwide. A lot of people are now getting into this yoga and mudra and all that, right? But primarily it has been India leading. Now, in that case, why is India not so successful economically as compared to all the other countries who do not follow or were not following it?
Okay. Actually, this has got a multiple, aspects into this question. So let me first tell you this part, that understanding that it is a Hindu philosophy, that is not correct. Okay. I'm just saying
Okay.
the truth is that is not correct, because this particular, you can call it a different name. Maybe
Mhm.
karma name has been generated in India, that's correct. Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
But the effect, that this understanding that if we do bad things or something, then some punishment or something correction, something will happen. It is not a new thing.
Mhm.
Thousands of years this has been practiced, no matter what the religion is, the countries, and all those kind of things. Yeah. Yeah, karma word, maybe yes. Karma word the people are using as now, some places fashion also, their
Yeah.
karma and this, that, and all that part I agree. Terminology is maybe generated in India, but this aspect of that is not, because the primary reason is that it is all about connecting with your own soul consciousness. Okay, as long as human being, even the caveman has some method to connect.
Correct. Okay.
Okay, so in that case, that time nobody knew about karma, and forget about sharing and explaining and thing like that.
Mhm.
But there was some kind of mechanism to make it understand that there are repercussions of your actions, and so be cautious, be careful, and don't do unnecessary things which invite more troubles and all those things. Yeah. And in that also, even if there was no understanding of what is the afterlife and what happens after death, also slowly they started taking interest into that, because they understood that something happened, and from that background they started worshipping the dead. The soul concept was not there, they didn't understand. What they used to do is, you see in the history of humanity, I'm not talking the recent years, in the thousands of years back, particularly the places of death, whether it is a tomb or memorial or whatever you call it, so or burial place and all, those have been decorated, worshipped and all. Just simply, it came from their experience that after death also there is something
Right.
we need to connect to. Okay.
Right.
All if you see the ancient civilizations or Inca or anything, Egyptians or anything, Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, wherever it is, always you will see there is something that some ritual is there to connect with the spirit or that kind, which is non-physical.
Right. Right.
Are there, and basically they used to fear those forces because they think that which is not seen, they are controlling me. If I do this, I will get hit by this.
Okay.
Okay, so
Thank
that's
you.
how it is maintained, not in the word karma,
Yeah.
but there was some method to checks and balances into this life because of which is non-physical.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. God bless you. Anybody else having any question? Okay, Ramaji, go ahead, please.
See, before coming on this planet, a soul has a soul plan, which has to experience life on the planet, right?
Ramaji, I cannot hear you properly. Can you come maybe a little closer to microphone
Yeah.
or something?
Can
I
you hear
don't
me
know.
now? Can you
Yeah,
hear
it's
me now?
better. Yeah. Yeah.
I said before birthing on this planet, we have a soul plan to experience life on this planet,
Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
once we take birth, we forget our soul plan, and when we operate through our free will, and thus go on creating karmas. So,
Yeah.
is there any way by which we can connect to our soul plan
Hmm.
so that we don't operate through our free will? In awareness, we operate and align with the soul plan, so the burden of karma is automatically reduced.
Right. Right. So you are absolutely on the point. This is the master's approach, spiritual master's approach. Okay. To be fully aligned with our soul's plan, we are full awareness. We are walking the life path so that we don't bind any karma. Karma neutral or karma zero type of life we lead because of the awareness, because of the connection. And when we get hit into a lot of things without awareness, that's what I was earlier given example that it is normal life is walking life in the dark. Yeah, and getting stumbling into rocks and potholes and falling down here and there on because we cannot see things, we cannot see our path ahead. Only the awareness can bring us that light, like a sunlight, so that everything is seen, and that sunlight is awareness, and it can only possible when you attain certain level of spiritual understanding and awareness of the whole life, our journey.
So, when
So
we
the method will be to connect with that first, and then to also to take guidance moment by moment to every decision. But as we already have a free will contract, then we have to choose it, to surrender it to our soul consciousness. We need to choose that yes, I am now surrendering my full free will thoughts, words and actions to my own soul consciousness and truly follow that. That is called surrender.
so then we are totally
Surrender
aligned.
life means, yeah, you're fully aligned with your soul consciousness. Every moment you are getting guided. And as you are guided from a soul, it will happen. It must be as per soul's plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
There is no chance of getting any karma. You know.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's what I was telling. This is the way of master's way. Zero karma work. They don't bind any new karma. Oh, yes, it is in that at the time of enlightenment, all karma, has been taken back or neutralized by Guru Kripa. But after that, that is called sustained enlightenment. They have to be fully aware. Anytime that karma can come and hit you, if you go ahead, if you get carried away with any desire or anything, or any provocation, take and fight with somebody unnecessarily and all those things. Then you may fall down. Just simply being aware, it doesn't give that thing. They can be walk freely with liberation. Jivan Mukta. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
God bless you. All right. So, any other question? Anyone?
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam, Hari Om. Yeah.
Guruji, just sequel to what Roma ma'am was asking.
Mhm.
Now, when you say surrender your free will to your soul plan,
Yeah.
now when does that surrender happen? What is the procedure for this? Is it by a prayer or is it after meditation when you get into uh, connection with your soul, with your higher self? When does it happen? When we are supposed to do it?
Okay. If you see the practical point of view, then it should be surrendered. I surrender daily. Okay.
Correct. That I
Okay.
understand. That you have
Yeah.
told.
So I surrender every day, early morning when I get up. I say I surrender my thoughts, words, and action because these three under my free will. Okay.
Correct.
Daily. But there is no such rule. Okay.
Okay.
Even you need not to formally declare that I am surrendering.
Okay.
It is important whether you are following your soul's guidance or not. As simple as that. Whenever that the connection happen, then you will be guided, and you have to whatever your intuitive voice is telling, you have to follow that.
But
That
Guruji,
time
that's
you
so.
should not bring your thought mind again and try to analyze things. Then it is ruined. That approach is ruined.
But that moment to moment guidance will only come after enlightenment, or can it come before that?
It can come before if you can stop your mind.
Okay.
Only thing you have to stop your mind. That's all.
Stop him.
Okay.
Correct.
It will
And
come. And more importantly, you have to follow. If you start, did I feel it or not? See, let me give some practical examples. You will understand it very well. Yeah. Suppose you walking in the night time to some unknown places. Yeah.
okay.
Suddenly there is a power failure and everything is dark and you don't know the place. Okay.
Right, Guruji.
Then your inner voice, it tells you that drop it. Like there is no need for, because it appears to be risky to walk on the street in the darkness. You can be marked, it can be, anything can happen. Yeah. So this inner voice you have to listen to.
ਹਾਂਜੀ.
But on contrary, मैं think, कौन मेरा किसी क्या बिगड़ लेगा, मेरा ऐसा है वैसा है, all the मैं देख लूंगा अगर किसी का. Then you are basically, what you are doing is those things. Yeah, you are trying to bring another issue, your pride, on top of your inner voice. There is no need. That walk can happen tomorrow also or tomorrow morning also. There is no need, because as you bring the pride in, you thought, nee, maybe it is my weakness is telling. I'm not weak. Okay. Now your ego is telling. Huh? You have to decide which voice you will listen. That's what I'm saying, that it is whatever comes first, no? Instant click, first one. That is your intuitive voice. Follow that. You will not be mistaken.
Right,
We,
Guruji.
we, we don't follow that in the name of something, as I explained, maybe pride or ego, but we don't know it is ego, but we think it is, no, I can handle it if this happens, and fall into the big trouble later on. Okay, and then we try to blame everyone and everything. So that is the thing. You take the power back. If your inner voice is telling it doesn't work, it can happen tomorrow. How does it matter? Yeah. Or maybe somebody else wants to go and okay, let him go. So there is no competition that you have to.
Right.
Okay, so that is important. So this true surrender means you are truly listening to your intuitive voice.
Right.
Okay.
Second question is, Guruji, when you are growing, we may do many actions and generate karma.
Yeah.
And after maturity or after attending your classes, we have come to
Mm.
know that in the past we have done so many mistakes or generated karma.
Uh,
Now, once we are aware, one feels guilty also. And
mm.
so, how to overcome this guilt, or is there any way to now we know to overcome whatever we have done in the past, say 20, 30 years? which we remember.
Yeah, yeah. No, no. See, no, that's a good question. Very good question. So very practical, and this is all of us. We have it. First of all, that your willingness to address it is a starting point of everything.
Right, Guru.
If you are in denial, ठीक है मैं क्या है मैं तो यंग था कुछ गलती कर दी उसमें क्या क्या फर्क पड़ता दिस एटीट्यूड will never allow you to come to something which can be done. In this
Right.
particular case, then no matter what you have done, that you have already started taking action, simply wanted to address it. Now, let me also tell you why we need to address it. Because guilt, shame, and all those things are lower vibrational thing. If you see that the chart,
Consciousness
these are
chart. They are
very,
below
very
250.
low consciousness chart. It is a very low vibration. Any
Right,
kind
Guru.
of guilt and any kind of shame will pull your vibration down. Everything. So you need to address it. Yeah. Address it not by hiding it. People try to hide it, to put it below the carpet and things like that, and they suffer. They suffer without saying anything, without addressing to anything, and all those kind of things. That is not necessary. Okay, there are ways. Your willingness to come there, and there are when healing happens, all the masters they know it. They do it day and night. Okay, so only thing you have to, in this particular case, you may have to take help of a master, spiritual master.
Right.
Okay, one on one. No need to disclose to everybody because they are not in the same level of awareness. Then they can accept it. Okay. Again, वो सब आ जाएगा कि वो नहीं 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 वो तो अच्छा नहीं किया था या नहीं किया था because judgment comes. Master, they are beyond judgment. They will not judge you. They will appreciate you. You have the guts to bring it forward so that it can heal. Okay, same thing with a disease. See, suppose there is a, I have some big, say, boil into, say, belly. I don't want to go to the doctor. It doesn't look nice, and then you suffer. Okay, but if you go to a doctor, he said, I happen some boil here, and let me check, and then treatment can happen. No? Same here. These are very normal, and it can happen to anyone. Okay. And now there are ways to deal with it. See, let me put it in this way. No matter what happened, it is the event cannot be reversed. Or
Right, Guru.
anything can happen. Yeah. But it is like a thorn, like a kanta. अभी भी चुभ रहा है. It is an energetic discomfort or pocket inside you, in your energy system. What master does, they clean your energy system. So that is released like a bubble. Then you don't feel that pain anymore. Things were there. It is not possible to change all those things. There is no need also.
Okay.
Whatever, let me also give another statement. Whatever you think is your worst thing happened in your life, that is the best learning lesson you may ever had in your life, and utilize that event to move in the other direction. It's possible. Okay, if you fall too much depth, only then we can check whether we have enough strength to climb back in the similar and beyond. You know, all of you know I had some serious alcoholism issue in earlier life, but if I keep hiding it, it will never go. Okay, and then now look at that. It's last 20 months, last 13 years, I have not touched a single drop of alcohol. How did that happen? Okay, there are ways to deal with things.
Thank you so much.
Okay, all right. God bless you. Okay, I have seen two hand raised. Indranilda, I'll come back to you if you have any other questions. Shweta, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pranam, sir.
Pranam, pranam.
Sir, after Guru Purnima, miracle happened after Babaji's grace
Mhm.
and all those, and your grace, sir. So for a very long time, there was no opportunity coming. Means it was like, I don't know. I was trying to open all the door, but it looked like everything is closed. But all of a sudden, a door opened, opportunity opened, and I cracked it. So such miracle happened, sir. It could have not been possible without the grace of
God
Guru, sir.
God bless you. It is all Babaji's grace. So, because you have been, channeled healing on particularly on the financial aspects that you earlier mentioned. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
now aspects for last few months. It has been some intense healing has been sent to you, energetically.
Oh, thank
But the understanding of that was always there is some kind of karmic reasons and all those things. So what have been we have been advised that I'm just telling between
mm-hmm.
Guru Mandala and Guru of this thing. Just as it now happened, let me share that why it took so long. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is that we have been told not to interfere with that karma. What has been causing that? Not
Okay.
interfere. It could have been lifted earlier. Then what will happen? It could have been shifted to your next life.
My goodness.
You got my point, yeah?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
we are advised that let that have its natural, like let it evaporate, it exhaust itself, then it will be quickly, it will go into the level where it should be normal, it should be fine. So it is gone. I can confirm you, it has gone forever. It will not come back. Okay.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
So
Thank you, sir.
even though it appears to be, it is not working, and I told so many times and pray for me or send healing, nothing is happening for months, years. Okay. So those are the reasons. Sometimes the masters are told by Guru Mandala or the higher level that not to interfere in some particular type of karma, because if it can be stopped abruptly, but if it does, then it will unnecessarily prolong that. By doing this, your chance of that full enlightenment means, as I explained earlier, no karma balance, nothing left, etc., is possible. Okay, because if it is shifted, then you have to take another birth to get into that, to finish that off. Okay, so those are the type of reason. So there may be some kind of delay, but it will happen for sure. Yeah? So many of us, even our members, they are facing some terrible things in their lives, and they are not going away soon. Yeah? I can understand. I myself also undergone many things, many tough things, and all those things. But just to understand that it is for our ultimate good, so that it should not repeat and it gets cleaned. And even Babaji is telling sometimes that my most favorite one gets more suffering because I wanted to get them absolutely clean. Okay. बोले अच्छी तरह से धुलाई हो जाए, so that if that completely clean and कुछ बचता नहीं है, तो but in the process of that धुलाई, so we get trouble, no? Second up. So anyway, but that's good. So very good. Congratulations and all the best.
Thank you,
That
sir.
was
But sir, one thing more I would like to share, that there were intense problem. Matlab, that problem will be without any support. It won't be possible. So whenever you used to send healing, magical support would come at least. Means ऐसा नहीं था कि मतलब कि sorry in Hindi I started talking. So it was not like that when she's falling. She's completely falling in. Even I asked Babaji that I want to go in your path. So how this is going to help me? Come on, give me some support, and support will come magically. So it is so wonderful, sir. And your healing is really magical, sir. There is no words, no words.
it's not my healing, it's all Babaji's grace. But only thing
Yes,
is,
sir.
what Shirdi Sai Baba's message, Shraddha and Saburi, yeah, patience. Because as I mentioned, if jaltbazi mein na, if I pray something that you do something immediately, then those kind of thing may happen. It's not, you know. Then I understood it is not really, it's not for your ultimate good. So it is better to finish it off rather than shifting it. Okay.
In
All
fact,
right.
I got sir support from this group also. So and there, Aditi Didi is there, so she really helped me.
Okay, that's great. All right.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
God bless you.
Ma'am.
God bless you. Okay, Supriya, you have any question?
Okay. Hello, Murphy. Uh, my question was, uh, if someone has crossed over already, and
Mm,
and then later I realized that maybe something I have said, or I probably didn't do the right thing.
mm,
That karma. Is there a way? Do you have any other than of course, like you said, at one time you had said that to write, and that is there, because sometimes we remember some things later, and then um, how do we take care of that karma that we didn't realize earlier? Now we realize.
yeah. See, it's all, first to answer your question, it is all possible. Okay. And it is not necessary at one event or one time it will go. It can come multiple times, and that's all right. Okay. We can do that. Also, it is important for any time we do, it's called making amends. Even though it's somebody who has passed away, so we can still make amends with him or her. That's no issues. It can be done because it is energetic in the level where it is, everybody is there, so we can do that amends anytime. It is also important. See, what we do is when we say that I think Hariom is also asking the question, and I was mentioning one master is needed. So let me also tell why the master is needed. What master does, in these particular cases. If something to, pray or something, that anybody can do it. What master does is master that it something happened into earlier time of your lifetime when the things happened, something untoward happened which now you're making amends. In that session, master helps you to forgive your previous self as well. Okay. In the energy field, it creates a field. It's also known as tathastu field. Tathastu means everything has been implemented. When we are bringing there, it also helps you to heal your own, the previous self, which is, suppose something has happened 20 years back. For example, I'm saying 20 years back, your awareness level, your understanding level, as a person, you were completely different. It is medically proven that all your body cells are changed 100% in 7 years. Okay, so 20 years means nothing. Now your physical body scientifically is not same. Including your brain cells or whatever it is, everything has changed. Physically, cell by cell. Only thing is we have a memory of that, so memory is being carried over. So now you're saying that was me. Okay, but spiritually also your awareness level was different, your understanding of life was different, the information available that time was different, the interpretations were different. You may be provoked by somebody, those are the situations, those are different. So master helps you to heal your past self, simply being the fact that your past self was not at the same awareness level right you are. So now you have to forgive that also, for other than the person. But the person, whatever has happened, you have to forgive your this thing. If you forgive that, then that bubble will go forever from your system. Okay, for that you need that kind of understanding and the energy field to get it done. That's why if it is so, one thing it is possible. Answer is yes, and same time this process, your these things will be healed so that it goes out from your system, and that's why it gets complete healing. All both inside outside, all dimensions is gone. Okay, so that's what has been done.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. God bless you. All right. So I think no other question. Shweta, I can see your hand is raised. Is it the previous one or you have a new one? Okay,
Previous one, sir. Sorry.
okay, all right, okay. And in Manila also, well, now your hand is down. Okay, fine. No further question. All right. I think we have, some longer discussion. We don't have much time left now, only 5 minutes left in this second half also. We will not be doing the Kriya and meditation now. So what we'll do is we'll do some Guru Vandana. And after Guru Vandana, so we will do some Shanti Part, 3 Om chanting, Guru Vandana, Shanti Part, and then we come. Okay? There is no Kriya meditation, only for today. And tomorrow morning, there will be, of course, there will be group meditation. There is no discussion, only the group meditation. So all of you, you are welcome to participate in that. So today we have question answer, and rightly so. The topic is that we are facing it. Then itself shows that saying most challenges aspect in settle in life. Most challenging means a lot of people are facing the challenge. No, that is also confirmed that it is, yes, it is a issue that we have to face almost daily to deal with all karmic accounts. So now we will do that. We'll go into that. 3 Om chanting. So just we have to pray to, and then we have to start praying, and then we'll do Guru Vandana. Okay, let us start with 3 Om chanting. Take a deep breath in for 3 Om chanting. Oh.